Hello and welcome back to my book nook. It is week 2 of my K-pop readathon. I'm currently filming this on Monday the 13th. 13th because my best friend arrives tomorrow and they arrive on the 14th. So yes, it's the 13th. Again, we're not going by dates for the weeks for this readathon. We're going by like actual weeks. So it's Monday. It's just like it's still the beginning of like the second full week. Um, Either way. You haven't seen the first vlog yet because if you've seen any of my videos before, you might recognize this as one of the 2 places that I sit at my mom's house because I'm dog sitting today. I go back home tomorrow. So I unfortunately had the full intentions of bringing my laptop to my mom's house so that way I could edit the week 1 vlog, get it uploaded, and be good. I forgot to bring it. So now what I have to do is tomorrow when I go home, I will do everything I can to try to edit and upload that video before my best friend's plane lands. So we're gonna see how that goes. I have no clue how it's gonna go, but that is the plan. We're gonna see if I can get that done. But what does that leave for today? So today I am going to be knitting. So let me swap hands really quick. Okay, we got it. We got it. So I'm going to be working on my Uno sweater. This is the back panel. I just finished the ribbing, so that is the ribbing for the back. So I'm about to swap out needles and I'm going to start working on the, what's it called? The body of the back. And so once I do that, then the sweater is going to be nearly complete. So I'm going to do that. I have a crazy, like almost like a little mini vlog that's going to happen within this vlog, like a reading challenge. So like I said, my best friend arrives tomorrow. And there is a book that I wanted to have read and completed before she arrived. So that way, if I didn't like the book, I could give it to her. Have I done it? Nope. But I am in the middle of this. Also, I guarantee you, because I'm not wearing my mic right now because it's at my house, you're probably hearing the dogs in the background. I don't really apologize for that. They're very annoying. They will not lay down. Anyways, I am currently reading. I just looked on my Libby. I am 22% of the way through. I am absolutely loving it. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. I'm currently listening to the audiobook, and according to the audiobook, I have 9 hours and 45-ish minutes left. I'm also listening to it at 2 times speed. So in theory, I only need roughly 5 hours of listening time, which, considering it is currently 9:10 in the morning, I absolutely could finish this book today before I go to bed. And I put that caveat of before I go to bed because I mean, I could, in theory, finish this before I go pick up my kiddo. However, Gavin released episode 2 of the TBR Traders video, and that video is like 2.5 hours long. I've already started that, but I want to finish that. So I think I'm going to finish that. Then I'm going to read for a bit. Then maybe watch a video on YouTube because I haven't watched any videos in Korean yet, I don't think. Or if I have, I definitely have forgotten about them. But I want to watch like a video, maybe 2 max. There's a few, maybe the One Tease episodes. I haven't watched those yet. I might watch those. But watch those. Ooh, I could also watch the Drunk One Tease episodes again. Those were funny. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I want to see if I can read this book today. Like, get it done start to finish today before my best friend arrives tomorrow. So, we're going to see how well I do with this. Yeah, I'll check in with y'all later.
Hello, it's been a week. Like, an actual week. It's now Monday the 20th. Yes, Monday the 20th. So it's been a week since I've last talked to you. I think the last time I talked to you, I told you guys that I was going to try to do like a 24-hour challenge, see how much I can read, and like, can I finish this book in like 24 hours or something like that, because my best friend was arriving on Tuesday and I wanted this book before the plane arrived. Didn't happen. I knew that like mid-afternoon on Monday, and I am like 98% certain I don't think I filmed an update after that. Something happened, and so I just wasn't able to read, which is fine. Life happens. But I didn't get to it. However, I'm still in the middle of it. I did work and get some progress on it, so I did look on my Libby before, but I did start chapter 14, so I'm on page 114. So I definitely making progress. I passed the 100 page mark. Absolutely loving this. Absolutely loving this. This audiobook is due in 3 days. So, in theory, this book will be done in 3 days. However, you know what? Actually, no. No, I'm going to tell myself that I'm going to be able to finish it. I can finish it because there's like, I think maybe 8-ish hours of the audiobook left. So I can finish it. I'm going to make it a goal that I'm going to finish it. Also, this video is now absolutely going to be a 2, possibly 3 week vlog, because I didn't film anything while my best friend was here, so I'll just give you like a recap on the K-pop nerdy stuff that we did and whatnot, and that'll also go into my bingo board. And then we'll film week 3, unless I can get like a lot done in like 3 days, and then like have this be like a shorter like week and a half kind of thing. I don't know. We'll play by ear. But I have plans also to hang out with other friends towards the end of the month, so I don't know how much reading I'm going to get done then. So I have 11 days, I think. I think there's 31 days in April. If not, there's 30, then there's 10 days. Either way, we are less than halfway through, like, or more than halfway through the month. So we have, less than the time. So we're coming down to the wire. We are going to talk, I'm going to update you. I did draw my bingo board out on paper because I like to be able to highlight. So I will go through and update that. And then I'm going to go through a game plan of what I'm attempting to do going forward for the rest of the month. So that's going to be our game plan. So you already knew that I listened to a K-pop song, listened to a K-pop album, and listened to a new to you K-pop group. Those have not changed. However, I have to update. I'm going to throw the album cover, video cover, whatever. I discovered a new artist. He debuted last Wednesday, I think on the 15th. His name is Kang Sung-min. He goes by All In, and somebody I saw in the comments of the TikTok that I kind of discovered him for described him as the Lindsey Sterling of K-pop. And that was all I needed to go, oh, I need to listen to this immediately. And I did. I loved it. Loved it so much. I've been listening to that song on repeat. I sent it to my husband and I'm like, you need to listen to this. And he also enjoyed it. So yeah, I absolutely am loving this. It is also my first solo, like my K-pop solo artist. This is my first one. So I'm really excited about that. But absolutely love him. He's 31, I believe. He previously was like part of a group, but he never like debuted. This man created, from my understanding, he created basically like a cell phone company, or created a cell phone or whatever that got really, really popular in Asia and I guess around the world and whatnot, and made millions off of it, and then used that money to start his own entertainment company so that way he could debut himself. I love the dedication. It's amazing. Either way, I am loving the music. It is amazing. The song is called We Up. So yeah, We Up by All In. Absolutely loving it. Highly, highly, highly recommended. But we gotta keep going. Practice Hangul and learn a new phrase in Korean. Those were updates that I had at the end of my first vlog. Eat Korean food and make Korean food. I really do not have this done intentionally, but once again, I completed it in the exact same way that I've done it in the previous 2 rounds, which is I went and made Korean barbecue. My best friend, when they arrived that day, we went and had Korean barbecue for lunch, and it was great and amazing as always. Absolutely loved it. But I technically did make it because, on the grill and whatnot, that's my thought process. It counts. And then I ate it. So with that, I also have a bingo. I haven't figured out my bingo yet, so we have some options. We'll talk about that. Since then, I've also watched a YouTube video spoken in Korean because I watched a variety show. So, my friend has been into K-pop longer than I have. I think by like a few years, from my understanding. However, I just also have watched way more videos and whatnot, and so I don't think they've ever watched any of the Wanties episodes prior to their trip out here. And so we started watching the One Teas episodes and we got through episode 22. So started at episode 1 and worked our way all the way through, finished all of the Drunk Teas episodes, and then we started the Playground episode or whatever. So we got through 22 and then we're about to start 23. If I were to continue watching like the whole thing through. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do that or if I am just going to jump ahead to the new ones because I haven't watched any of the new ones yet, but I need to. But either way, we watched 20 some odd of those. I did also watch the Stray Kids, the Skiz Codes. I watched their health episode ones. I haven't figured out how I feel about those. Yeah, just because of Hyunjin's reaction. But either way, I have watched those. So yes, lots of videos that I have watched in Korean one. I haven't watched a K-drama yet. I have to figure out which K-drama I want to watch because I finished my last one. I finished Imitation, I think last round. So I haven't figured out what I'm going to do for that yet, but it's okay. I also have enough freestyle dance to K-pop, and if I do that, then I'll have another mango, so that's one like I should just complete today. But I haven't completed it yet, but we'll figure it out. And then I have not read a manhwa yet, so I have not read also. Usually the read manhwa, I also get done with the Korean author and the Korean main character. I will probably just continue with Solo Leveling. I just haven't yet. But like I said, I am visiting friends. Ooh, one moment. So as I said, I'm going to be visiting and hanging out with friends towards the end of the month. And so I don't know what I'm going to do for what reading is going to look like while I'm hanging out with them. And as of right now, I have read 52 books so far this year. Most of those are at least like in this month technically, simply because I keep reading my kiddos' books over and over again. Specifically this one, K-Pop Demon Hunters, for the fans. We're memorizing this book at this point. But I'm only counting it as one book, even though I have read this particular book, I think, over 20 times. I've already counted it. So, yeah, that's that. But I did that, and then I also finished The Game Changer. So, in theory, if I wanted to finish one book per song, because I'm doing the album 8 by Stray Kids. My title track is Mountains, and then I'm using that album for this round. And in theory, if I do one book an album, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more books that I need to finish. I don't think that's happening. I think even last time that wasn't happening. So I think I'm gonna have to use bingo board, like bingo counts for this to count here. And I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do. I know I have at least one bingo unaccounted for right now because, or like, I have one bingo that I've completed, but I haven't written down yet. Yes, I have 2 notebooks. We're working, this one's almost done, and so depending on what I'm doing, I like do it in this if I need more space and whatnot. But anyways, I have one bingo that I can use for this, but I haven't used it yet. And then the freestyle dance to K-pop, I'm probably going to get that, so I'm going to probably have 2 bingos. So in theory, that drops that down to only 3 more books. This is due in 3 days, the audiobook. So if I make sure this is finished so I can continue listening to the audiobook, because that's how I'm listening to it, then in theory, that brings it down to I only need to finish 2 more books. One of those books I could do as the Solo Leveling volume, so that'll get that down. So that only leaves me with 1 more book. I have not figured out what book that would be yet. In theory, it needs to be The Night Shift by Shen Xian Run? Is that the name? EO. Is that, I need to re-practice my Hangul to know how the E and the O sound together in Korean. So Xian Xian Run, but the Midnight Shift. This is also one that I really, 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 really want to read. This could be my other book. I could also finish this book on my trip because I will probably fly with 1 book and then my Kindle. So I could do that. I do also have my Kindle. There is a book that I have on there that I'm going to be using for 2 other vlogs that are currently in the works. They've kind of been backburnered while I've been doing this. So in theory, I can make this work. This is going to be really rough. Part of me really wants to use one of my bingos for mountains, because if I do that, then I've, you know, had a very successful, like, comeback and all of that. But I don't know. I don't know. So I'm going to have to think about that. I do also, before I go, you know, I hang out with friends and whatnot, I, like, need to complete a few Genshin, like, limited time reward things. I have to finish those before that. So I'm trying to prioritize that, and then I can do the reading on foot. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure this out. I'm gonna have to think about this a little strategically, try to get as much of the reading done as I can, because I don't have to use the bingos right as I hit them. I can save them. I just previously have used them. So we're gonna think about that. We're gonna figure that out. I have time, but I think my game plan is, because I'm gonna have the bingos, so use those, and then the 3 books that I'll finish, and because I also have 11 days, I can't do this, is the Book of Blood and the Book of Blood and Roses by Annie Summerlee. Finish this. Then The Midnight Shift by Run. Finish this, and then Solo Leveling. I totally forgot who wrote that. But finish Solo Leveling. I think I'm up to like volume 9, maybe. I have to look. I have it written down. But if I do that, plus 2 bingos, that would get me a different, like a unique, like book or bingo prompt for the entire album. So I think that's my current game plan. We are going to see how that goes. We're going to play Genshin. We're going to work on knitting, because I cast on a new project. I'm about to cast on another new project. I need to finish projects. I need to stop casting on projects, and I need to finish them. However, I did make a change to one of my projects that's up there, so that'll actually start going faster. Oh, I didn't even tell you. So yeah, like I kind of told you, I mean, my best friend and I, we hung out, we watched a lot of K-pop videos and whatnot, and we also went and got tattoos. Mine is it is very much currently in the healing peeling stage. It does not look great right now. Like, this is it's very peely right now. It's very itchy too. I need to go put more lotion on it. So I'm gonna put a picture up of our 2 tattoos here, but they are songs in a jar, specifically 80s. My friend Sammy, they got NASA. If you know, probably can tell a little bit from the cover and whatnot. They got NASA, so, and they think they might like go back in the future and add the words around the jar, like shoot for the stars like NASA. And then my song is actually 2 songs. So I have Wave and Wonderland, specifically like Wonderland Symphony number 9 version is kind of the inspiration, because that's like the Kraken arm. But yes, this is, so we went and got tattoos. They're K-pop and we absolutely love them. But yes, so yeah, it's been a very chaotic, like busy last-ish week or whatever, but I had so much fun and I absolutely loved it, and I'm so glad my friend came to visit me, and I cannot wait for them to come back. But yes, that's my very long update. I need to go read, I need to go play Genshin, I need to clean my house. I will see you all in my next update. It is now May 1st, so it is officially time to wrap up this my readathon, which I totally did not plan or expect to have only 2 vlogs go up this month. Like, the first one was basically the first 14-ish days, 10 days, 10 to 14 days, I don't know. And then the second one being the rest of the month. Didn't expect it. I also have no clue when the last time I updated you on, so if there's some repetition here, I apologize, because I know that if I remember correctly, I started filming this second vlog right before my best friend arrived. Like, I think I had like a couple days, and I was going to try to get certain reading done, and then she was here, and then I knew that when she was here that the chances of me actually getting any reading done were going to be very slim, and they were. And so I don't think I read a single thing while she was here. Like, I don't even know if I read like on my, like, an ebook or anything, like even a couple pages, just because like we would basically stay up hanging out and talking and all that until like like we were basically like, yeah, we're crashing. And then like I think I pretty much went to bed right after. If I did read, it was very little. But that's fine. I totally expected that. And then she left, and then I basically had a week, but to like kind of prepare, but also was like packing one up before I just got back from Tulsa for a wedding, and it was a lot of fun. But I kind of figured I wouldn't really read much while I was away. I did bring reading and stuff like that, but I just didn't really read much. Part of it is we were hanging out with friends, didn't have a whole lot of time. And then I came back and I was exhausted. For some reason, jet lag was like kicking my butt. And there's only a 2 hour difference. So I don't know what that was about, but we're back now. The other thing too is why I didn't read a whole lot, because I don't really have a big update for you right now, is because I've been in writing mode. So I have been doing research, which like is really fun because it's been watching old episodes on YouTube of Bondi Rescue. But it was in a way like research for my novel, and I'm getting into the groove of like trying to fix that, but I think I'm making some major changes. Like I don't even know if this book's getting published this year. Like that's how big some of these changes are. But it is what it is. We're going to wrap up this readathon. Oh, before I forget, I bought a souvenir because I like to buy books as souvenirs and whatnot from when I go on trips. And so I went to a local bookstore because if I can, I try to go to like local bookstores. I think it was called Magic City Books, I believe was what it was. I already threw away the receipt. But I got Allie Hazelwood's To Complete because I love Allie Hazelwood's books. I've pretty much bought all of them. The only one that I like don't have any intentions of buying is Problematic Summer Romance. And then I think there's like a sequel that just came out, and that's just because at least Problematic Summer Romance is in age gap, and I don't really like age gap romances in any capacity. Like it doesn't matter if the guy is the older one or the woman. Like I'm not a big fan. But this one is fine. This is not, and also I did look too. Like there's no way for me to read that. Like it's not like on KU or anything, and so if I wanted to read it, I would have had to buy it. And it costs the same amount basically to buy it in person that it would have been to do online. So I bought it in person. This was the souvenir that I chose. So it's definitely a really short one. Is this even 200 pages? Let's see. No, it's not. It's 187 pages. So I actually could read this very quickly. And then you can see, like I did go to Tulsa. I got this cute, yes, it is Magic City Books. That is where I did in fact get it, but yes. This is the cute little I love wooden bookmarks. But this is the little bookmark that I got as my souvenir. And for now, I think honestly, this one might, because it does say Tulsa, and as a reminder that this is the one that I bought for the wedding, it may just live in here. So like I'll use it, and then when I'm done, it'll live in here. But yes, I did buy this. Haven't read it, but I bought it. So, I mean, that's at least a book acquisition. Like I said, because ma'am, what did 3-year-olds with slinkies, man. Okay, I guess I know what I'm going to be doing, trying to fix that for her today. I honestly don't remember the last time I updated you, so I don't know if I told you that I finished this. I definitely remember me telling you about my tattoo, which is basically mostly healed at this point. It's a lot prettier. I think it is still like at that like milky phase and whatnot, but yes, this is my tattoo. It's healing. It looks much better than the last time I told you about it. But yes, the Book of Blood and Roses, by Amy Summery. I can't remember if I told you that I read this or that I had finished it. I know I've been talking about this entire vlog, but I finished it. Right? The vampire hunter sapphic romance set at a university. I loved this. Absolutely loved this. I think this is also her debut novel because when I went on to check to see like any other books, nothing popped up. So I am at least following her so that way I can get notified whenever she does have another book come out, especially like a sequel to this. But I absolutely loved it. I loved this so much. Yes, and I definitely was like screaming from the rooftops to my friends. I was like, you gotta read this, I promise, like you're gonna love this. Which, you know, I do know is a high, like, you know, that is a big claim, but either way, it is, I loved it. But I finished that, and I don't know if Okay, so if I did tell you about it, I didn't put down what book I read that for. I do remember that now. So, and I also, my bingo board. So we're going to talk about that because I do specifically remember I had at least a bingo, but that I hadn't put down because I was waiting until the very end to see how many books I would read because I was hoping to read at least one more. Or two. Actually, I was hoping to read like two more, but like I didn't get there. So we're just going to kind of go through. So the for my readathon, my title track was Mountains. I made the readathon, and even I currently don't really remember what the reading, or not the reading, the music aspect of this reading challenge was. I do think it was to learn the chorus to like each song, which I do know the chorus to Mountains. And then obviously Chick Chick Boom because I've actually started learning most of those lyrics. I'm still working on the Korean, but I'm working on it. And Stray Kids. I do know I know that I know most of the words to the song Stray Kids. And probably I like it, but I don't know. I listen, am I really prepared for filming this? No, but it's fine. It is what it is. But yes, anyways, for the album, for like the books, for like the songs that did well and whatnot, Mountains, I have the Book of Blood and Roses, which was my title track because I also felt it was better to do that than like a bingo spot there. But also Mountain because that took place, it took a while. It took a while to get there, and if you're climbing a mountain, it's gonna take a while. And it took me a while to read that book. That's the rationale we're going with why I chose that one. Then I have Chick Chick Boom. We're going to pull out my kiddos' books. I haven't told you about this book because I bought it yesterday. This is K-Pop Demon Hunters, the movie and comics. And this is literally like just, it's like frames from the movie with like basically the entire movie script. It's like probably 90 to 95% of the script. Like it's like there's no extra dialogue. It's just from the thing. It's literally the movie. My kiddo absolutely loves it. So I read it first while she was at school. She didn't know she had this yet. I read it because I was curious about it. And I was like, cool. I marked it off because this is like 205 pages. So but it's a graphic novel. It counts. It counts. Like a regular manga, I would count. So this, it counted. So this I did put down for Chick Chick Boom, I believe. Yeah, and then also in case you were curious, my child did have me read this entire thing to her. So I've read this twice. I bought this less than 24 hours ago, and I read it twice in, I think, the span of like 8 hours. And then, we're going to come back to that. Then the next book that I have that actually counts for something would be, then I go down to I Like It with the K-Pop Demon Hunters for the fans. It's the golden books. I counted. Unless I missed a time, which is very possible, but at least the times that I know for certain, I read this 24 times since she got it on April 5th. So in like in 25 days, I read this 24 times. Not all, like it wasn't just one time a day. Like it was multiple times a day for a lot of it. But yes, so I read that, and because of how much I read it in the beginning, I was like, I'm going to count it. I'm really glad I did because I read that book 24 times, so it definitely counted. So I counted that for I Like It because my child likes that book. It's also really fun as a parent to like keep track of like the books that you read for your kid. I just think it's really fun. And then the last book that I read and completed and therefore counted with this is Game Changer, which is over here, but I really don't want to get it right now. I'm being lazy. And I'm counting that for Stray Kids. I don't really remember why I chose Stray Kids for that song when I was originally making the TBR, but that's the book that I had listed for it, so that's where I put it. Then I got 3 bingos, so I used those for the last 3 songs, which was Jam, Runners, and Twilight. So I did have a very, very successful comeback for this round. Speaking of those bingos, let's go to the bingo board. We're, doing it the old school way because I don't have access to a printer. I mean, if I went to the library, I would, but this is free. Libraries cost at least 25 cents. If I do black color, I think that's 25 cents is for black and white. Color, I think is more. I don't know. But either way, we had the bingo board. So listen to a K-pop song, K-pop album, new to you K-pop group, did all of those. Still have not fully learned every single word to a K-pop song. I think technically there is one. However, that is enough by ATs, and I already knew that. And so we're not counting that. We're working toward a new song. I practiced Hangul and I learned a new phrase in Korean, which was imnida. So it's how you would kind of introduce yourself from my understanding. I think it's the formal way. I could be wrong. I'm still learning. There's a lot to learn. I did eat and make Korean food when my best friend was here because we went out to Korean barbecue. So, boop, that is my first bingo. I did not learn the choreo to a K-pop dance. However, I keep seeing the dance to We Up by All In. I definitely know I talked about that him in a previous clip. That is also the most listened to song that I have had this month. It's great. But I am seeing his choreo and it looks fairly simple. So I think I want to try to learn that. We'll see if I save learning that for my next round in a few months, or if we're going to do it just whenever. But I think that's the choreo that I want to kind of try to learn because that's easier, and then build my way back up into Stray Kids and ATs and whatnot. I did freestyle dance to K-pop. I did that with Adrenaline from ATs. I did watch a YouTube video spoken in Korean, which is also the variety show, because I watched like 23 episodes of Wanties when my best friend was here. And then I read a book by a Korean author and that featured a Korean main character, sort of, kind of, but I'm counting it with this one because it's literally just stills from the movie and the script and whatnot, and the director, I know, and the writer, like, she's Korean. Most of the staff, if not all of the staff, I think, is pretty much, if they're not Korean, I think most of them are at least people of color, but I do know that there was a lot of Koreans who worked on this, but at the very least, I know the corrector, Maggie Kong, who is credited on the first page. I do know for a fact that she's Korean, so we're counting it. I'm counting it. If you want to fight me, you could try, but you will lose because this is my readathon, so I make the rules. So I counted that. But it is not a manhwa, so I didn't get to count that for this spot. But it's okay because either way, with filling in these two spots, I did, and my freestyle, I do have my down bingo, and then I do also have one for across. So I'm not mad at it. I definitely thought I would read Solo Leveling, because that's what I've done for my manhwa for every round that I've had of this so far, but I didn't get to it, and which is fine. It is not the end of the world, but yeah, that's my wrap up for this readathon. It was definitely chaotic and all over the place, just like this clip is, but if you've made it this far into this video, you're probably used to that from me. But anyways, that is it for this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up if you want. If you don't, that's cool too. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!